Hi guys. I'm out. Look at the sky. Can you believe this? This is Paris in March. April in Paris. We're almost in April. It's a beautiful time of year in Paris. We've been under sort of a cloud of gray and rain for months, which, has its own appeal. Oh, sorry. So it has its own appeal, but it's always nice to sort of wake up one morning and you open your window and there's just all this sunshine coming in. Apparently tomorrow there's a cold front, so don't get too excited, but you take it when you get it. Anyway, so what else? So the British royal family and Prince William and Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, and Kensington Palace and the whole nine, right? My sense is that it's imploding. I feel like there's a sense of panic really setting in a very serious way. I think I did a video before saying that, but when I woke up this morning and heard that not only had the Prime Minister jumped in to, appeal to people to, what did he say, get behind Kate. And I was like, what is this man talking about? We just saw Kate looking much better than I do at this point at the farm with William. Why do they need to get behind her? It just seems so melodramatic, right? And I hope this guy's music isn't going to cause my video to be like a mess, But so I'm like, what is this man talking about? But then to come to find out that not only was the Prime Minister called in to, next they're going to have Obama, because Obama went to see the Prime Minister the other day. Next, he's going to be calling for people to lay off Kate. If he does that, I swear to God, because I don't recall a time when he did that on Meghan's behalf, and he better not, right? And so not only did they call in the Prime Minister as if he doesn't have his hands and dossiers full, they called in the Archbishop of Canterbury. I mean, that's heavy duty. But not only that, they called in the opposition leaders. What is his name? Keir Starmer, whatever the heck his name is. With all due respect, I don't mean to disrespect anybody in their name. Your name is important, right? But I was like, what? These people didn't come to her defense in January. At that point, she was a few weeks sick. But forget about that. These people, for 5-6 years, never once came to the Duchess of Sussex's defense. Not once did the Prime Minister, and there were a couple of them. It wasn't just, what's his face? Sunak. Before him, there was a woman. She lasted about a month. And then there was somebody else. I can't even remember at this point. Was it another woman? I don't even know at this point. There's so many of them. Right? And, oh my God, there goes my video. I have to stop the video here. I will post the video, but if it's a problem, I'm going to have to take it down, and then I'm going to have to somehow edit that out. I'm not very good at that, but yeah, so at no time did any of these leaders in the United Kingdom, who was the Prime Minister before the woman who quit spectacularly after 1 month? I can't even remember. Boris Johnson. At no time did any of these people make the mistake in the last 5 or 6 years to say, get behind the Duchess of Sussex, or leave the Duchess of Sussex alone or anything like that when she was pregnant, when she was not pregnant. At no time. At no time. And you're going to tell me that now that the Princess of Wales is better, bouncing, literally bouncing. One of the journalists for the Daily News described it as such, and in fact she's not the only one, and in fact even I described it as that. She literally was bouncing, right? She's so much better. Now these heavyweights are coming out to demand that everyone get behind the princess and let her rest. To me, that smacks of desperation. That doesn't sound like the way you would expect them to sound when they're now at the end of their crisis, where she's so much better. She's at the farm shop buying groceries and carrying her own groceries with her husband. I mean, on the contrary, I think it sounds to me like, you know, this thing is imploding fast, you know. And I guess with the additional whatever's going on, they certainly didn't need the Associated Press and the Agence France Press downgrading them and comparing their credibility to North Korea and Iran. I mean, that was rough and is rough. And I don't see how they come back from that for at least another decade, right? And so it's all of that. And they called in the Archbishop and the Prime Minister and the opposition leader to clean up the mess for them. As if, let's leave it at that. But anyway, my darlings, I'm on my walk today. I've got to do some more walking because I'm not happy with what I've done to myself over the cold months. I mean, I did a lot of eating, and you know, it's not the same as when I was a whippersnapper like Kate, you know what I mean? So I've got to do some walking. But if I think of anything else, I'll add it to this video, okay? If not, see you in the next one. All right, so I'm near the Champs-Elysees. I'm near the Champs-Elysees. So, yeah, I wanted to just add a little bit to this video about the implosion that's occurring in real time. You know, I really do think that when you have to call in the Archbishop, the Prime Minister, and the opposition leader to clean up your mess in your home when you are the king and queen to be of the United Kingdom, something really unusual is going on here. This is highly unusual. In your lifetime, whoever you are listening to me, this is my finger hiding. I can't do this and walk. I can't chew gum and walk. Never mind film and walk. In your lifetime, have you ever witnessed anything such as this? You know, even when Diana was getting a divorce from Charles, they didn't have to call in the Archbishop and the Prime Minister to do their dirty work for them. You know, they handled it, to my recollection. I mean, you know, maybe I wasn't as, you know, aware as I am now, but certainly I don't recall it being a situation where they needed to call in the heaviest hitters they possibly could, especially not after Diana was already bouncing away with Dodi. I mean, you know, the Princess of Wales is so well, she's literally bouncing. This is their words, not ours, right? She's bouncing with health and happiness and joy. And now they're calling in the Archbishop of Canterbury, heavyweights, to give this all, you know, a veneer of respectability or whatever it is they imagine it does here to tell people how to think, how to respond to data in real time, right? They want to control how people think. They want to control the truth, right? Hashtag, that was Kate, right? Hashtag, that was Kate. If that was Kate, why do you need heavy hitters like the Archbishop of Canterbury? That's just my question. You know, what's the answer? Why do you need heavy hitters now like the Archbishop of Canterbury when the crisis has been averted? She'll be back in a couple of days. You're talking about maybe a week or so before 10 days until Easter. She's going to go to church with the family, right? Right? If she can bounce like that, she is going to go to church with her family, right? We're not asking her to do any work, but she is going to go to church with the family, I'm sure. Pascal, hashtag, that was Kate. And one more thing, one more point, right? And that is, when this story is told for posterity and for history, be sure whoever is writing the history books does not neglect to emphasize the role of the British media in the implosion of the British monarchy. It was the British media, I believe, who was 90% responsible, because they set out to create a wedge between the Sussexes and the Waleses from the get-go. And the Princess of Wales, her husband, the Prince of Wales, and others in their camp rose to the occasion. They rose to the occasion with just the most energy. That's not even the word I want to use, but I can't think of another word, right? Vigor and just gusto, because they were so threatened by this new thing that had come into their circle. The British media, and by extension the global media, but this is squarely on the British media. And when you start to take apart these journalists one by one, you identify them one by one, you go through their articles one by one, and you see how they poisoned that population against this young woman for evil reasons, right? And how they encouraged natural human tendencies that we all have to prefer those who look like us, right? We all have this. It's not that they were so different from any other human. It's that they probably had a higher responsibility to manage that, to balance it, to keep it in perspective, and to show the right example to the global community. Had they done so, Harry and Meghan would never have left. And the unraveling of this very fragile institution would not have occurred. That's my opinion. For the historians, do not go lightly on these journalists who write for these news organizations in the United Kingdom.